And this has been the Caffeinated Podcast. Bye, guys. You think we got them?
I don't know.
Are they checking to see if they accidentally skipped to the end?
I don't know, but I need to blink.
And on that note, welcome to the Caffeinated Podcast.
What's
I'm
up, everybody?
BUBBZI. He's the Beard. This is the show where positivity is our goal, but chaos, it's the process.
It's just the way we do things.
We haven't switched up the intro too much. I think you're there. Welcome. Here we are, back again. Hopefully Monday morning.
We've had some difficulties, to say the least, this week with different things, and we've just, as usual, we try to plan ahead, but BUBBZI and I don't plan ahead very well sometimes. We did know what we were going to do, but then we were like, again, how are we going to do it?
Yeah, but as far as like the fine details, we're like, we'll get to it. It'll be fine. No.
I feel like I need to share this, at least this portion of our week, BUBBZI, just so everybody knows how stressed we've been. He still doesn't have his phone.
Even though I was promised it would be here on Friday. Yay!
Yeah, it's been a process, guys, but we supposedly have a guarantee that it will be here on or before Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we're hoping for before. Just say it.
Let's hope for podcast goes out Monday morning. I go through my workday. I come home and my phone is sitting here waiting for me.
All right, guys, we don't want to take too much more of your time being silly, even though silly is kind of what we do.
Yes, it is part of my chaotic
should we
process.
give them the title for today? What do you think?
For what, I'm gonna go with no or nay.
I knew he was going to say that. And the reason that I knew he was going to say that, y'all, is because today's title is simply yay or nay. So here's what we thought. We thought we would try some questions that are funny, possibly controversial. At the very least, we think they might make you go, and I'm telling my age again, as Arsenio Hall used to say, they might be things that make you go,
All we can promise is chaos.
Pretty much. Now,
there's a reason it's here.
We're telling you that these questions are kind of yes or no, yay or nay questions. But at the same time, we're going to share our thing. We really, really, really want you guys to share your answers with us. So whether you come to the TikTok with me and share them in the Q&A box, or you go to YouTube and you share them in the comments box,
I just
or
realized
however you reach out to us.
I just realized a big problem with this or today's podcast. The two people with the biggest mouths in the room are sharing their opinion.
Yeah, I know, right?
I
could be here a while, y'all. Just saying. But we really, really would like to have your opinions on these. And besides that, we want not just your opinions. We'd like to have your friends' opinions and their friends' opinions. Because some of the questions, I can already hear them in your minds. You know what a few of them are going to be, because it's what everybody talks about all the time if they want to do a silly question thing. Right? So I'm asking, for the first time ever, when you see the video or hear the podcast alone, I'm asking you to like it, I'm asking you to comment on it, and I'm asking you to share it. Right? Because the whole goal, guys, is to have a good time, to laugh, be silly, and get us out of our headspace, at least for a little while.
And for those who have liked, comment, shared, and for the 5-star ratings we're starting to get on like Apple Podcasts and thing, and all like that, you guys have blowing our minds. And by that, I mean, we're on what? This is episode 7.
Technically, yeah, because we called the first one 0, but technically, yeah, this is episode 7.
We're at 400 views total, guys, as of this morning. being the 7th. We're recording this on Saturday. Ooh, I'm breaking the fourth wall. If only I was as good looking as Ryan Reynolds. Okay, I could be Deadpool. It'd be great.
Anyway.
But yes, you guys have completely blown our minds, especially with the love and support you guys have given us. And we hope that you thoroughly enjoy it. And if you do, please don't feel afraid to share it. We'd like other people to be interested in it.
Thank you.
And we all know people who just need a break from every day. Okay.
And guys, you've been here. If you've been here the whole time, you know, we like to laugh. We tend to be a little serious. So at times, because the goal is not just to make you laugh. It is to get you out of your headspace, to cause you to think a little bit different, to perk up, for lack of a better way to say it, during your day. So that being said, BUBBZI, what do you think the first controversial question should be? Why did I go Dracula all of a sudden? I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
is that part of the controversial that we're like starting to do impressions now?
But all of a sudden it just came out. I'm just saying.
I think we should go with the controversial topic that we always get in trouble with at family get-togethers and friend gets-togethers around Christmas time.
Okay, sounds good. Go for it.
The question is the original Die Hard movie a Christmas movie?
Yay or nay?
It's definitely yay. Like 100%. It's yes.
I think so.
Here's the thing. Most Christmas movies, and I'm talking all the way from Hallmark to Die Hard, and I'm including Die Hard in that spectrum because it is one. Okay. Oh, and first of all, this is all opinions.
I'll discuss that in a minute. I got that one.
First of all, these are all opinions based. You know, obviously we could be wrong by your opinion. We also could be right by your opinion. This is all opinion based. But if you think about it, all Christmas movies follow kind of the same guideline. Our protagonist, there has to be a strict disconnect between their love interest at the beginning of the movie. There has to be the comic relief guy, which in this case was his limo driver. Yeah. Obviously, there has to be Argyle, who has a great selection of choice music. Just saying. But there has to be conflict, something that's causing them to be.
Catch this again. I want to make sure you get this. We're not comparing this with every other Christmas movie, but we are comparing this with Hallmark Christmas movies.
Yes. They follow the same plot. The only difference is Die Hard did it well. Okay?
Well, and there's a lot less shooting and explosions in the Hallmark Christmas movies, usually. Right?
Now I want to see if there's a Hallmark movie where that happens.
But like you said, you've got the protagonist who flies to a different city, usually to find the one that they love. There's all kinds of mishaps.
Yeah.
And yes, I called the explosions in Die Hard mishaps. I did, right? And somewhere it all seems to work out. And at the end of the movie, the two love interests come together and. Right?
Yeah.
And thus ends the movie.
And if you're like, yeah, we get it, but there's no snow, there's no nothing. He's there for a Christmas party.
Yep. And I can hear somebody already in the comments. It can't be a Christmas movie because it came out in July of 1988 when it was released. See, the thing about it is, it can be a Christmas movie, but it is also a standalone movie because it can do without Christmas. It's both. It's both.
Now, we are not saying that all of the Die Hard series is a Christmas series.
Oh, no. The original, definitely.
Original, 100%. But like Die Hard 3, he's just running around New York. Like,
well, technically, you could throw Die Hard 2 in there because they were traveling to meet their families when everything went crazy in the airport in Die Hard 2 at Christmas. I'm just saying.
True. But most people get especially hung up on Die Hard 1.
Yeah.
And so that is why
from me to you all.
Yeah.
For our first question, I say yay.
I am yay.
All right.
All opposed.
And if you're nay, please drop it in the comments somewhere. I want to know why you say nay.
Yeah. Anyway. The whole thing about this is we will explain our decisions. Okay.
We will try anyway.
There are probably going to be some topics we will not agree with. but we will explain them.
We found some interesting questions. And BUBBZI, I think just for the next one, just for a little bit different.
Okay.
I'm going to look at one that, because we talk about TikTok a lot, because I'm learning the TikTok and I'm trying to use the TikTok for something really, really good. So I want to ask this question.
Okay.
Now, I don't really know if it's a yay or nay question, but is being TikTok famous better than being TikTok famous?
You mean
yay or nay? Is being Instagram famous?
Okay, I was about to say.
I already messed it up. Better than TikTok famous?
I was about to say, because
yay or nay?
The first one you go, is being TikTok famous better than being TikTok famous? And I was like,
most people have more than one account. I'm just saying. But anyway.
I am lucky enough to only have one account, and I hope to never have to have another one because I have trouble with one. Yes. So let's see. Instagram versus TikTok. I don't want to say this, and this may tick off some Instagram whomever, but I would say most TikToks to some degree probably have more going on, I guess.
Maybe. I can kind of see that.
Whereas Instagram has become this whole like, yeah, this shoot that I did from months ago where I had a professional photographer and a professional editor showing me eat this bowl of rice and grilled chicken, and my lean body, which, you know, I keep because I take steroids every day, is much better than some...
Wow.
Just saying, that's what you see, okay, on Instagram. But they're like, you want to be like me and eat my grilled chicken and rice? Take this supplement that I'm definitely not partnered by. It'll make you lose 15 pounds in your first 2 weeks. And then there's TikTok who's like, hi, I did something really funny, really cringy, but I also included a coldest water bottle in the picture. Like,
well, you know,
I'm just saying. Like,
well, so let's just break it down real fast. So you think that being TikTok famous,
I think it
is better than Instagram famous? Yay or nay?
I believe so. I think it is at least I won't say completely genuine, but I would say it's probably a bit more genuine than Instagram.
Well, see, here's the thing. For me, I haven't had Instagram that long. I'm working on it a little bit, mainly because of TikTok. That's the only reason I have Instagram, is to be able to reach more people and reach them in a different venue. So for me, at the moment, I would have to say TikTok is more of a yay than Instagram would be the yay. Right? Well, now, I think share some stuff over there, but it's just a different type of venue. I mean, they kind of do the same thing, but not, right?
Well, I would say for like TikTok, it's more like on the fly, whereas like with Instagram, like most of it's like, okay, I'm going to get lighting, I'm going to take a picture, have someone take my photo, and it's like, it's all like completely staged. Well, you can stage TikToks, and like with Vine, like you had to plan out what you were going to do with Vine.
I got you.
But it was more of a genuine expression of what you are, other than, all right, here I am.
Well,
you know,
like I said, the main reason I even asked the question is because we talk about social media a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to see, and again, guys, a lot of these questions, you'll get our opinions right here.
Right.
But we'd be really interested to sit down and read your opinions and what you think. Because, you know, there's different things out there. So, Instagram famous versus TikTok famous, yay or nay? I'm going to have to go TikTok.
I will, well, go TikTok.
Okay. All right, BUBBZI, what question do you have, sir?
Well, from a young age, I will say, I have been introduced to this topic by a number of people, but one of them holds a special place in my heart, my grandmother, and that question is, do aliens exist?
Ooh, do aliens exist?
Yeah.
Yay or nay?
Now, I say...
What do you think, Bubs?
Well, first of all, like, obviously, shout out to my grandmother. May she rest in peace. I miss her very dearly. But I don't know how many episodes of Ancient Aliens I've watched on the History Channel, but at this point, I probably should own all of them, or have probably seen all of them. Just saying. Okay, that was the show at like 9 p.m. every night. We're watching Ancient Aliens. We just finished like River Monsters or something when it was on Sci-Fi. Then it switched to the History Channel. Whatever. That was the thing. And talking about like the history of them and how things. Okay.
All right.
I am not prideful enough to think that the only intelligent life exists on a little blue planet 3 rocks from the sun called Earth. Okay, I'm going to go with yes, aliens exist.
He's gonna go with yay. See, now that kind of almost surprises me a little bit. I kind of thought you were gonna go nay.
What?
No, I mean, just because you tend to be more, what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? A little bit more logical thinking about some things. You know, because I get when I say I think Bigfoot exists, I always get the funny face. And from everybody. But let me say this. Do I think aliens exist, yay or nay? I agree with him on this point. I'm not arrogant enough to think that we're in this by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this, though, you know, there's another question on the list. If you wanted to add it into this one, have aliens already visited us, yay or nay? I mean, you could put the two together really simply.
Well, why don't we do that then? I don't
know if... I think they probably have, to be quite honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if they're like everybody else in our country today and in this world today watching the news, they're never coming back. I'll just say it that way.
I don't know. I mean, we did send out an alien care package out into space.
Well, but what I mean is we as a human beings have lost our minds. They don't need to know anything else other than that at this point.
Well,
there's no reason for them to come back.
They're going to come back with like, we must explore. Why do they think this way? Oh, and then my large head shall be cut upon and my brain shall be looked at and they shall marvel in how small it is. Okay. That's exactly what's going to happen. Well, I can see it now.
I'm just going to say this and then we can move on to another question if you'd like.
Oh no, we're going to be here for a while.
In my 55 years on this planet,
10-year-old,
I have seen things in the sky that I cannot explain. I have seen lights where there should be no lights. I've had people try to tell me that it's airplanes or this or that, but I know what an airplane looks like flying through the night sky. Not the same stuff. You know, for example, when an airplane, if you all can see this well enough on the camera, when an airplane flies through the sky, it goes.
At least we hope.
That's an airplane. Yeah, hopefully it's not going. Right?
Yeah.
But when you see something that goes, to me, that's unexplainable.
Is it bad that on my side it just looked like you smacked the roof really hard?
Like, I'm really, really tall, y'all. But no, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. From that standpoint, how can you say that it's not at least a possibility?
Well,
right? That's where I'll go with that.
Here's the thing, and you say that I look at things from a logical standpoint, I guess.
More times than not, yeah. More times than not.
Okay, we if we say we take logic in this, pyramids. Whether we're talking Egyptians, Mayans, Aztecs, whatever. From a logic standpoint, how the heck did you move such massive rocks? And you're like, oh yeah, labor. We had people pull
You've got
those.
To understand, you all. He's talking about the theory that the pyramids were built by aliens.
I'm not saying they were built by, but I think they influenced.
Well, they could have been both. Now, you've got to understand that BUBBZI's grandfather and my father-in-law worked for a rock quarry for a lot of years. And he knows all about the equipment that it would take today
to build
to move the amount of stone to build the Great Pyramids.
Yeah.
And he says, and believe you me, if you ask him if aliens exist, he's going to go, nay, nay, nay.
Mm-hmm.
But even he says that it would be impossible for the human beings around then, with the technology that they had available to them, to be able to move it and to plant it and build it the way that they say it had to be built. That's coming from somebody that's so far on the outside of it, but from the technology side of it, he says, I don't even have an equipment that would move some of those stones today.
Yeah. And you're saying you did it all by manpower.
Yeah, and logs and and rope and stuff.
Well, and like the thing with like the Mayans and the Egyptians is like they had, or they talk about, you know, celestial, or like their deities coming from the sky, and they had like strange faces that they were almost humanoid, but they had characteristics that were different. And I'm just like, so an alien. I just realized as I was explaining this, I was like that guy on the History Channel. He's like, aliens.
I got you.
I wish my hair was
ready for another question.
Yes.
This is one that I have heard a lot recently.
All right.
In some TikTok lives with friends and stuff like that. Okay. So again, guys, we're trying to do as yay and nay as possible.
Mm-hmm.
BUBBZI, this one's for you.
Oh no.
Are ghosts real? Yay or nay?
Okay. First of all, this might also require a little bit of backstory. I was the biggest fan of, what was it, like
Ghost Hunters,
Ghost Adventures, Taps. I watched Nuke's Top 5 like ghost stories every week. Like, I'm not even joking. So I have dabbled in the belief that ghosts are real. But see, here's the problem. There are too many theories about what a ghost is. Are they spirits? Like, what people describe as ghosts, yes, I will say yes. But as far as legitimately, are they just dead people?
See, that's the thing, though. But
like,
if you take the theories out of it, let's just say that all the theories are right. Then, yay or nay?
Then yes, but
okay. See, here's the thing, though. This is the way my mind works. With my background, I believe that when you pass this earth, there's a destination. And you notice I'm trying not to be pushy. I'm not trying to put my beliefs on anybody. I'm just saying that I believe that when you pass, there is a destination. So for me to say that what that is that person in spirit form, I'm honestly not really sure. I don't believe it is, okay? And the reason that I say this, because one of the theories that BUBBZI alluded to.
Oh my gosh. Are we going into this?
The theory of multiple dimensions.
Oh, so that's not even the one I was thinking of. Yes, but
what if that vision of your grandfather really is your grandfather 20, 30, 100 years ago or whatever? But because at some point, for some reason, those timelines crossed for just that brief moment, right?
Okay,
he can see you and you can see him. So the ghost stories that Granddad might have been telling you about might have been the...
Okay, I think you just jumped two theories because you went alternate dimensions. Now you're going into timelines. The one I was talking about was the timelines.
You know what I'm saying. I probably did, but what I'm saying is if it's alternate dimensions. Let's try English, Beard, please.
Yeah.
Right, alternate dimensions. What I'm saying though is whether it's the timeline theory or whether it's the alternate dimension theory. What if it's just when something is perfect and everything crosses?
Yeah.
But just for that brief moment. So you could add both of them. And I threw the alternate dimension out, but in my mind, which goes most of the time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and we, it's a podcast. We have time to talk about this, and we're not taking it super serious. So the way that alternate dimensions, at least in theory, because it's not been proven, are supposed to work is that every different dimension has an exact copy of you with slight differences. And the reason that you can't normally view them is that because they all vibrate or something at a different frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And when at certain times or certain places, certain locations or locales begin to vibrate out of sync with your normal dimension, you are able to step in, pass through, view parts of the other dimension. That's that theory. Now, as far as the timeline theory, and of course, these don't even have to relate to ghosts. That's the cool thing.
That's exactly right. What we may be calling ghosts may be something totally different.
Right, which is why we're like, yeah, I mentioned like we're talking about what just ghosts, but timelines, or at least like with the timeline, a lot of people consider time as a straight, non-stopping, non-ceasing line. That's why it's called the timeline. Now, the theory about the timeline, and also great topic, we can bring up Loki, which deals with nothing but, timelines, TVA, there's branches off or things like that. It's not in a just one existing line. The theory with ghosts, though, is that it's not just a straight line, but it's more like a ball of yarn. It's tangled up in itself. So what happens is you're intersecting with pieces from past, future, or another place technically on Earth that's existing in the same time as you, because you're just a big mess. So
no, he did a much better job explaining it than I did. But in my mind, this is just all I'm going to say about it, and then we can move on if you want.
Can you tell I've researched this a little bit?
Certain places in time, space, whatever you want to call it, intersecting. But what if, like I said, what if for that brief moment that you see your great-grandfather, you really are seeing your great-grandfather? What if that great ghost story that's come down through the family, it was your great-grandfather telling them about seeing you in his bedroom or wherever? So, I mean, there's a cool side about it. So for me, Bubs, what I'm going to say is this. Are ghosts real? I don't know. Like I said, for my background and from the way I believe, the spirit side of it, I would have to say nay. But for the possibility of it being something totally different, are we seeing somebody from another dimension? Are we seeing somebody from another timeline? I'd say yay.
Yeah, I will agree that it is possibly otherworldly. So whether or not that is dimensions, timeline, whatever, yes, that happens. Now, as to the specifics of what it is, I may have a large head, but I do not know everything. I will bring this up every fact. I have a very large head, but it does not house the answers to everything. While I wish it did, while that would bring me peace of mind probably sometimes, or possible nightmares, it does not know everything.
Gotcha. All right.
Well,
what you got, Bubs?
Since we just went on the biggest rabbit trail of time, let's talk about something simple. Pineapple on pizza.
You're assuming that is simple? Are you crazy?
Oh,
gosh.
Well,
all right, guys.
It doesn't require like
there.
Physics.
Does pineapple go on pizza? Yay or nay? I'm just going to sit here and wait for the answers to come in. That's all I'm going to do.
Okay. Well, first of all, you're going to have to give me your answer. We need to know what's going on here.
Here's the thing with me. Do I like pineapple on pizza? It depends on how the pineapple is fixed first. If the pineapple is grilled a little bit and seared a little bit and then put on the pizza, then I like it. But if somebody just makes the pizza and goes, no, I don't. So for me, it's both. It's yay and nay.
You've ate a whole pineapple that was just thrown on a pizza?
Not a whole pineapple, but I mean, even the pieces. If it's not done correctly, then to me, it doesn't work.
Okay.
So that's me, yay and nay.
Here's the thing. Okay. So yay if it's prepared properly. So I am a very large man at this point. Because of food, I like pizza, but here's the thing: I also love pineapple. I think I have can. Oh, hang on. So I have hidden behind me, and a part of the cosmetics or whatever, a mini fridge. It's great. So, please, if you want, sponsor us. But this is used as an example. Okay, this can of Monster. This is the Caffeinated Podcast caffeine. Ha ha ha. But this is their gold color, which is pineapple. Wow. I also, you're thinking, oh, that's just a freak thing, you know? Sponsor us, Mountain Dew, Flash, pineapple, and coconut. Okay, are you catching?
Are you seeing a little bit of an obsession
are
here?
Are you catching what's going on?
Are you hearing a little bit of an obsession yet?
Yes. Are you catching on to my drift? You understand?
You know the funny thing about all this is he's explained all that, and he doesn't like pineapple on pizza.
I will eat it, but it is not my first choice. Okay, I'm not gonna say like if I see it and that's the only thing, I'm gonna be like, ew, no, I'm not gonna touch that. I'll wait, go get like.
Well, I'll say it like this. Remember, I said
that.
Mine's yay and nay. If it's fixed properly, yay. If it's not, nay. Mm-hmm. I'm a little bit of a snob when it comes to food
and coffee.
If you look at me, you don't do that.
And
you
coffee.
Wouldn't think I'll just eat whatever's in front of me. Oh, I'm definitely a snob when it comes to coffee.
Yeah.
But again. And I'll use the same argument. And this is why I said what I did.
Yeah.
I don't care whether it's pizza. I don't care whether it's a hot dog. I don't care whether it's a hamburger. I don't care whatever it is that you're eating. Food shouldn't be eaten just to be eaten. It should be an experience. You should enjoy it. And that's the whole point behind saying if it's grilled and then it's put on the pizza and then the pizza's made, then it's good. It does something to the flavor of the pineapples, it's yay. But if you just have pineapple and you throw it out there and then throw it in the oven, it does not taste good to me. So hey.
That joke I made about, unseasoned grilled chicken, rice, and broccoli, not going to be you? Not going to be you at all?
No.
No.
Not even close, brother.
Here's the thing. Okay, I've dieted. I've done dieting before. Lost some pounds, but I gained some of it back here recently during like COVID and everything like that. Working from home, not getting out doing things. Also, I can't go to the gym. I have a sprained ankle at the moment. I would love to go do some squats. I really would. But
I just prefer to do squat.
But I at least season my chicken, okay? That's all I'm saying. I don't know if that should be our next topic. Like, should chicken be seasoned, yay or nay? But if you say...
No, I got one ready.
Okay.
And the reason I say I got one ready, because most everybody probably that's listening to this has worked with the public at least once in their lifetime.
Oh, no. I don't even know what this is.
So the question that I have is this.
All right.
Is the client really always right?
Absolutely not.
Or nay?
Absolutely not. No. Incorrect. Okay.
All right. I told you from the beginning they were going to be sometimes funny, possibly controversial, but at the same time they would make your mind go.
No. Anybody who ever said that the customer's always right is ignorant. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I would be hazard to guess that was written by a CEO somewhere at one point in time in his life who may have never actually worked with a client.
It was some
personally.
CEO who was sitting on daddy's money and daddy's company. Okay. I'm just saying. All right.
Okay. Guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen, am I the only one picking up on a very adamant opinion about this particular question coming from BUBBZI?
Hey, I mentioned it at the beginning. The people with the two biggest mouths in the world and in this room talking about their opinions, okay?
Well, I will. Now, let me say this. Do I think the client is always right?
Are you going to finish that?
No, I was going to make you wait.
Oh, my gosh. I'm sitting there. He's just
no.
like.
All right. The answer is no. Yeah, for those of you who couldn't see it, I really did the dramatic pause for effect. I really did. But no, I don't think the client is always right. However.
And they're not always wrong either. But
no, they're not always wrong either. But however, whether they be right or whether they be wrong, the client must always, you as the employee,
matter,
get respect.
And matter. The client still matters.
You have to make the client matter, whether they make them feel like they matter, whether they're right or they're wrong. Right. Now, they may come off with a totally bizarre thing, and it's one of the reasons I really thought this question was pretty good, because most people I know have dealt with an unruly client, customer, whatever you want to call it at some point.
And even speaking about that, usually the unruly, the unwilling to compromise client is usually the one that goes, well, the customer's always right.
Yep, they have to remind.
Like, really? Really? So
but what if you're not?
Yeah, like, so what you're saying is, you overdrew your account, but it's not your fault.
Or you bought the wrong thing,
and need
it's not your fault.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this, and reason, like I said, do I think the client is always right? No. Do I think the client is always wrong? No. Does that mean that the client, the customer, whatever, can come into any business that they want and berate the employee? No. That shouldn't be any more acceptable than the employee turning around and berating the customer because they think the customer is not too smart. Okay, because I'm going to tell you, if I own a business, I'm not going to tell you the customer is always right, but the customer always has to matter because they help pay my bills, they help pay your bills. And if you can't show that to the customer, whether they're right, wrong, or indifferent, then you and I would have a parting of the ways.
Correct. I'm with you on that. I am with you on that.
Simple as that. But now, does that also mean that if I own the business, I'm going to allow the customer to come in and berate my staff without getting involved? Absolutely not. Because the simple fact of the matter, as much as the client matters, that one client is not going to matter enough to destroy the business. And I'm not going to let them berate the employees because, it's not, you can't pay them enough to withstand that kind of punishment.
You hired the employees because they had the same, the same drive, the same heart, the company that you had. That's if you hired them properly, all small businesses, things like that, it matters.
Before we move on to the next question, I'll just say this. If you're the customer, as my grandmother would say, act like you got some sense. If you're the employee, as my grandmother would say, act like you got some sense.
I don't carry change anymore.
What you got, bub? You got another question?
Yes, we shall go further and delve deeper into the sciences.
Okay, go for it.
Is water wet? Yay or nay? I want to hear your answer.
Well, from personal experience, being 55 years old and having bathed more than once in that 55 years, and I'm sure he's got a different answer because he's smarter than I am.
But incorrect,
I have to say yay. Water is definitely wet.
Okay. Question.
You just asked me a question and I answered it. Come on, dude.
What but seriously, is water wet?
Well, I said, because of the way I use it, I have to say yes. Yay.
Okay.
I don't know the science behind it, so I can't argue you either way.
Well,
I'm just saying because of how I use it, I have to say yay.
Well, here's the thing. You built it up as I was some smart genius, so I'm like,
he is. Have you seen the size of that head? Come on,
bro. I made the same joke. I said about the aliens. They're gonna cut it open and just look inside my head and go, "Oh, that's such a small little brain. Little cute."
The sad part about it is, I got a big head too. Y'all just can't tell because of the hat. I'm the same way. If they cut it open, all you'd hear is.
See, I have to be careful shaking my head because it'll bounce around a little bit.
But anyway, I want your part because I can't argue the science with you on this one.
Well, here, I like to look at things, I guess, a little weird, right? But
I didn't say anything.
Like H2O, which obviously you have to think about what the compounds that make water, 2 hydrogen and oxygen. Wait, no.
H2, 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen.
I just had a whole brain moment. Wait, are you talking about the same thing.
Remember what I said?
It's true. All right. I have been out of, what is it, high school for 5 years now. I mean, I think I'm getting to the point where I can say, oh, I haven't been in school in a while. I don't remember things like that. I guess I think I'm finally getting to that point.
I got you.
But the thing is, the way, like, if you think about like things with physics, like technically you can't touch anything by the laws of physics, because the way that the atoms and molecules are made, because they're all surrounded by negatively charged electrons. So if you try to touch something, you know, opposites repulse, and then the same things repulse, opposites attract. So if two negatives try to go and touch each other, they're pushed away, which that electric response of them being pushed away is what gives you the sense of touch. Like, that's where I'm like, is water really wet? Like, you know what I mean? But I would say it's probably under the reason you can qualify it as wet is because you have to consider things about being water soluble, I guess, which would be more of like a chemistry thing.
Well, you can take, but if you want to take it to the next step,
we take it to biology. We go through all three of them.
You know, if you boil water, right?
Yeah.
It becomes something else. It becomes not even a solid or solid-ish. It becomes steam, vapor, right? If you freeze it, then it becomes even more solid, you know. But like I said, for me, the simple answer to this question is the way I use it defines my answer.
Yeah.
Right? I use it to, quote unquote, quench a thirst. I use it to remove the stink, you know,
the smell.
But I have a question, Bubs, that I'm pretty sure has been on the mind of people everywhere for at least a couple of years.
Is BUBBZI single? Yes.
No, well, I mean, I can answer that question if you'd like. I'm just saying. But I think
you have
might like this question.
You have an arranged marriage for me? Interesting. Let me hear about it. Okay. Let's...
As soon as they pay me enough, you're good to go.
Oh.
But here's the question. Are you ready, Bubs?
Yeah, hit me with it.
Should it be illegal for a man to wear skinny jeans?
I'm going to go with no.
Okay.
I'm going to go with no.
And this is going to sound really bad, but because of the ones I've seen wearing them, I'm going to have to say, yes, it should. How do I say this without being mean to anybody?
I think we're past that point, but...
Well, no, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying there are certain individuals in this world who are not made for skinny jeans.
That is correct. Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. If you look like a can of biscuits, it's about to explode.
Wait. Oh, wait.
Then you are not allowed in skinny jeans.
No. Put it on pause for a second. Did you know that when opening a can of biscuits, in the instructions, you're supposed to use a spoon? Okay. I was raised country.
Yes, I did, but that's the coward's way out.
I was raised country. You unwrap that thing and you smack it on the table.
Yeah,
okay?
who taught you how to do that? Right here.
Like, I didn't know that was on the label. Like, I didn't know that was the instructions. Yep. I was just like, oh yeah, you unwrap it, smack it on the counter, boom, biscuits.
All I'm saying about the skinny jeans is this, and again, I'm not trying to pick on any individual. I'm just saying from my observation, not to be mean. If it looks like there's more trying to get out than there's in, then you do not need to wear skinny jeans.
I'm just saying, okay, straight cut jeans or a tapered cut is usually about as far as people really need to go. Yeah. Now, if your leg is not bigger than this, I can understand the need for skinny jeans.
And see, here's the thing is, I know that we said men, but I also, as a man, as a member of the male human, whatever how you want to say, there's ladies, no, you don't need the jeans. You don't need the skinny jeans.
Tapered
You need
cut.
to be able to breathe. You need to be able to go out and eat pizza with me. You don't need the skinny jeans.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Skinny jeans basically means you're just trying to fit into sizes way too small. Get a tapered. It fits you well around the waist, well around the seat, and then it gets closer down the leg. Yep. That is called a tapered fit. It will look better, and you won't, die from not being able to breathe properly, or oops, I ate too much at lunch. Now my pants won't fit. Okay? Tapered. Just like this podcast, we started out slow, got excited, and we will taper down. Okay.
All right. What you got next, Bubs?
See, now I'm worried. Like, interesting.
You've already brought up the pineapple on pizza, so I mean,
I got
a couple other food ones, but I want to see what you got.
Is the Earth flat?
Is the Earth flat?
Yes.
Yay or nay?
And this also has like a secondary or like an addendum question with it, which is, if it is not flat, why do we call it the corners of the Earth?
That's a good question.
I'm thinking over here.
Well, now, simply because I have not traveled the entire Earth, but I have, however, seen pictures from people who have traveled around the Earth. Okay? I have to say no. The Earth is not flat. The Earth is round.
Okay.
And if they call them the corners of the Earth, the only thing I can say is, I don't know.
You don't know about that one?
Nope.
See, of course, this goes back to when we were talking about conspiracy theories. Like, you see those the photos from outer space, and obviously you're like, oh yeah, I can see where it's going around. But then I'm like, is NASA telling us the truth? Like, can I fall off?
I got you.
Or the question is, like, did NASA fold the Earth? Like, was it flat? Like, of course, now I'm just going, but I personally don't think it's flat. And as far as like the corners, I'm gonna say that somebody translated that statement wrong, and it just took off.
Gotcha. I got you.
I mean,
now we've hit a bunch of topics tonight, and I'll be honest with you, I've lost track of how long we've been talking, but that's okay.
I can tell you,
we do that quite often. And like I said, we usually get on something and we just go till we get tired. But I do have a question about food.
But we started tired.
True. I do have a question about food that I'm interested to hear the responses to, not only from you, but from anybody else that might want to leave a comment or something. Are you ready? Now that everybody's listening.
I'm listening.
Is cereal a type of soup? Yay or nay?
I'm going to say yes.
That's such a confident answer, Bubs. Thank you there, buddy.
I'm just saying. Well, like, if you think about it, like we'll go back to the logical and over explanation of everything BUBBZI talks about. Everything has
not everything, but
everything. Soup technically should have a base, which, that could be chicken broth, tomatoes. Say if you're making like tomato soup, things like that. Okay. So milk could be a base, and then obviously I would say with soup it has to be like made of something or conjoined with something, because with like tomato soup, I'm assuming you don't just put tomatoes in tomato soup. Okay, back to like, hey, I season my chicken. Like, hey, please, at least, I don't enjoy tomato soup, but at least season your tomato soup. Okay,
I love tomato soup.
I know you do, but I hope you at least season your tomato soup. Okay.
Have you seen me fix anything? I mean, sir,
you at least put salt in it. But like,
so, from your side of the argument, Right. I mean, because I know there's a lot of people, nope, there's no way it could be soup. Soup is supposed to be hot. Well, there are soups that are designed intentionally to be served cold. So that argument kind of goes that way, right?
Technically, the term cereal is just the dry ingredients before mixed in. So
it's that's what I'm saying. So for me,
although I could kill for a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch right now. That's all I'm saying. That sounds so good.
It does, right?
Yeah.
For me, because of the way you put it together. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, man, you're out of your mind.
I do milk first. I do.
I think that cereal is, at the very least, could be considered a type of soup.
I do milk first. What do you think?
Huh?
I do milk first. What do you think?
No. Cereal first, then milk. But anyway, you got a question, Bub? We probably ought to do a couple more and then let them go.
Yeah. All right. Are blondes really not as smart as other hair colors?
Oh, wow. Did he really go there?
Well, here's the thing. It's a yes or no question, okay? It's a yes or no question.
Well, the simple answer to this question, if there is a simple answer.
Yeah, leave me the complicated one. That's usually how it works.
Are blondes any... Read me the question again. Say it again.
Are blondes... Well, the technically... on if we're using this website, it says, are blondes really not as smart as brunettes or redheads? But I'm saying for any other hair color.
Well, I'm just saying that... Is it a stereotype?
Yes.
That I used to use to torture my sisters because they were all blonde? Yes. Do I believe that all blondes are naturally not as smart as other hair colors? No. Because from this context is what I'll say. Based on probably the 1,000 blonde jokes I've told in my lifetime, probably more, to be honest.
Yeah. Definitely more.
Based on the blondes that I know. The blondes that I made fun of in the jokes is a mentality, not a hair color.
See that's the funny part. I was going to say the same thing. When we say, blonde, we're talking about a state of mind, not a hair color.
Yeah, the jokes might be talking about the hair color, but it is a literal state of mind, in my opinion.
Now, to take this question even further, okay?
Oh, Lord help me.
Okay. Are we talking natural blondes or people who have changed their hair color to blonde?
Well, if it doesn't matter about the hair color, then it doesn't matter how it got there.
Yeah, but the thing is, if they bleach their hair and it soaks into their brain and goes through their skull and it goes, like I said, to the brain.
Well, that could be with any hair color, but so my answer has to be nay on that one. I'm not going to, even though I like a good blonde joke to this day, I still tell one of my sisters once in a while, just because. Well, see, now we have better jokes to tell them. Well, that's true.
Mostly about them, but I'm also going to go with no. But like I said, I think everyone has, of course, we don't have a better term for it, but a blonde moment. I think that happens, I think everyone has one of those, I like to call them brain farts, It's like what little left bit of gas that I had in my brain just poof, right out the window.
I got you.
So what do you think? You got another one?
Well, I'm gonna end with something maybe a little silly. I don't know. At least I'm looking for something that I can ask that's a little silly.
That you hope?
Well, because I'm trying to just go through the list here and I'm thinking about it. And I started to do another food one.
Well,
which those are really interesting.
I have one if you want.
Okay, well, let's do yours and then we'll do our little bit of closing and then we'll be out. So go ahead and tell me what you got.
Okay. I don't know exactly how this fits into yay or nay, but it's more of definitely a discussion point. Okay.
Okay.
Is it that introverts are too quiet Or is it that extroverts are too loud?
Yes.
Just yes for both. Please pick the middle choice. Be a vert.
Introverts by nature tend to be somewhat quiet, shy, reserved, whatever you want to call it.
I almost died.
Extroverts by nature.
It tried to go down the wrong pipe.
Don't do that. He's dying. He's dying. Help me, help me. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm okay.
He's fine. But extroverts by nature tend to be more boisterous, more loud. Okay.
Oh.
And see, the funny thing is, like, and I'll just say it this way. I think extroverts are too loud, and I think introverts are too quiet. I agree. I think there should be a good medium ground in there, but we don't all hit that medium ground. I think for myself, I am what's considered a extroverted introvert. Like, I can handle being around people for a short period of time, but I can't always handle being around people. There are times when I'm in myself, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit backward, shy, whatever you want to call it. And I just want to be quiet. So, you know, I don't know where you fall on this, BUBBZI. You're kind of like me. Sometimes you'd rather be quiet-ish.
Quiet-ish.
And
See,
by yourself.
But
at the same time, you and I both have that ability to, for whatever reason and whatever way, we tend to end up in the center of things if we're not careful.
It's a learned response, and I think it's a learned response for both of us, where it was like, yes, I would love to be quiet, but to survive, I have to speak, and I have to speak well.
Yeah.
Because I do, personally, I think I am a very, well, how do I want to say this? Embarrassing person sometimes, or like a cringy person. Like, I say a lot of things. Like, when I talk, I just don't shut up sometimes. I don't have, like, really a filter. So I have to be able to talk my way out of it. I can't just say something weird and then not have anything to follow it up with.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so I guess, like, when I have to speak, I need to make sure that I'm speaking fluently, eloquently,
now,
enough to save myself from embarrassment.
May not be from the South.
From the South.
What he's trying to say is that oftentimes his mouth gets ahead of his brain. And before he speaks before he thinks, that's
well,
me.
My mouth tries to catch my tiny little brain. It just runs around scurries. Like,
I got you. And, you know, that's okay. I don't care whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. You be you.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if you think as an extrovert you're too loud, and if you say, well, you know, I got a group of friends, but I don't know who the extrovert is.
You're the extrovert.
Might be you. Might be you. If you can't identify them, it might be you.
Now, I've all, and I don't know how much have you seen this on TikTok, but you know how there's like, people will say, you know, like, oh, I'm being loud, I'm being myself. And then people are like, why are you being so loud? Or why are you being so annoying today? Like, also don't be that type of person. Like, have listening skills, like maybe work in customer service, like, oh yeah, I can listen to them and be happy with them. Like, there's that part to it, but
you know,
like,
and there's good qualities about being a listener and not a talker. And again, sometimes we have to try a little bit harder to listen than we do to talk.
Right.
Because to listen, we need to be actually listening, not preparing what we're going to say next.
I'm just saying, you have two ears and one mouth. Now, while my mouth is large, it is still single.
Well, so here's the one thing that I hope.
Yeah.
Okay. We did something even a little out of the norm for us. We just picked a bunch of random questions and ran with it. And my hope for today for you all was that you would get out of your head. That maybe we'd make you laugh a little bit. Maybe we'd make you go, I never thought about it that way. Or maybe you have. Again, I want to know. Reach out and let us know what you thought about each and every question. Or one question, but let us know.
If you want to talk,
here,
if you want to talk, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to talk, reach out, right, Bubs?
Yeah, or
we'll do our best to answer any and all if we can.
If you want to talk about time theory, let me know.
Right? I mean, there's all kinds of things. I mean, some of the stuff is out there. Some of it's not so much. You know, there was a whole, believe me, there was on this one little list that BUBBZI and I used tonight, there was 127 questions. We did not use them all.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, could we have talked
a little bit of a conversation? Maybe you can use some of them to talk around the dinner table with your family or friends, whatever. But I hope
use it as a pickup line
to this today. Say it again.
Use it as a pickup line.
Maybe.
You walk up to a girl at the bar like, "Hey, girl, is water wet?"
No, I was thinking more. You go up to them and you go, "Do aliens exist?" And when she goes, "Why?" You go,
"You out of this world." Okay, right? That's really sad that we both thought up the same thing.
I know. But again, I just want you all to have a good time. You know, even when we're being serious, I want you guys to have a good time. And I hope that it makes your day a little bit better.
A little bit brighter.
And that you smile a little bit. Maybe you laughed a little bit because, you know, we tend to be a little silly. But I hope that your day has been great. And when you hear this, that it just gets better and better and that you're blessed.
Yes.
And you know that if you want to reach out to us, you can find me on TikTok at The Caffeinated Beard, right? You can find me on Instagram at The Caffeinated Beard. Contact us, right? Let us know what you think. Watch the YouTube video. If for no other reason, watch the YouTube video to put the comment there, right? Go to YouTube if you want to just leave the comments. It's wide open for that. Some of the platforms that we're on are wide open for comments. We've gotten a few, quite a few actually. And again, thank you for watching the podcast. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for the feedback. And since I've already given you my socials, you know what I'm going to say, right? If you've been here this long, if you've lasted this far, from this time to the next time, welcome to the family.
And if you want to, like I said, we would love to see some engagement, especially about some of these questions. And I obviously love to talk about specific theories, as you cannot or have not already tell. But yeah, if you want to check out the YouTube video, these go up. Like, we make sure everything gets uploaded for Monday, hopefully, so that you have an easy time finding it, viewing it, whatever. But, you know, come look at the YouTube video if you want. You can see us making faces at each other, me staring into your soul or something like that.
See me drinking coffee, surprise.
Yeah, you know, the caffeinated guy, you know, from the whole thing. But I've been BUBBZI. You can find all my social medias at It's BUBBZI. That's ITSBUBBZI. That's basically on everything. But come hang out with us. Come ask us some questions. I can talk about time theory for, well, how much time do you have, really? Puns. But I think we're going to wrap it up here. I think that's our time allotment. I really need to stop.
Go for it, Bubba.
I need it to
the
stop.
Time puns are going to go on. I'm going to have to deal with them all night. You guys are off the hook.
Yeah. This has been the Caffeinated Podcast. Bye, guys. See, we went back to the beginning because of time puns. They didn't finish. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.